Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Pretty Powerful Podcast, where I'm your host, Kendall T. Johnson, better known as Kendall B. Master Stylist. Welcome back to another episode of Pretty Powerful Podcast, where I have an amazing guest. Listen, I don't even know where to start with trying to get y'all to know how powerful this young lady is. I'm just going to give you just a little bit about her, and then we're going to bring it home. We're going to bring this thing full circle. So, my next guest, Miss Cratina Webb, she is a wife. She is a mother. She's a salon owner. She is what I would love to call a beauty mogul, right? She paved the way for a lot of hairstylists and barbers before her, right? Or after her. And so without further ado, she's the CEO of the Texas International Hair Show. She is an educator. She is a creative. She is an influencer. Listen, without further ado, welcome my guest, Miss Cratina Webb.
Hey, girl. Hey.
Hey, what's going on, boo?
Hey, everything. Life. life, and more life.
Life, and more life. Wow.
Yes.
So I'm just going to kind of bring the audience full circle as to how I met you.
Mm-hmm.
And as I was laying in bed last night trying to prepare, like, what do I want to talk about with Cratina? Because it's so much to you, right? You're an author. I forgot to say you're an author, speaker. Like, it's just so many, you wear so many hats in and out of the beauty industry. And so I remember, because I know I done told you a couple times, I'm going to try not to get emotional on this episode, but I told you so many times how, I watched you from afar before I ever approached you.
Right.
And we were at a hair show, and I cannot remember what city we were in. That's when you was wearing the crimps in the front and the little curly bob. What hair show is there?
was it you and Vince.
I've never been to Lake Charles.
So it wasn't Lake Charles?
It wasn't Dallas.
It must have been Atlanta then.
Had to been Bronner Brothers.
Yeah, had to be.
And you and Vince was there. And you was wearing the crimps in the front. Girl, listen, I was just getting into the game, right?
Yes.
And I went home and did my hair just like yours.
Okay, I remember that.
And then I came back to another hair show. And mine was blonde. I had the little blonde crimps in the front. And I had my little curly bob. Like, that's how much you inspired me from just your look. I went and copied your whole look. That's crazy, ain't it?
I love it.
And you inspired me to be a platform stylist, educator. Like, you inspired me on so many levels.
That's awesome.
It's crazy. And I remember then coming to Texas, to the Texas International Hair Show, the very first one. I was fresh out of school. You and Vince did it, and Public Announcement was there. Do you remember that one?
Oh.
Public Announcement, the singers, the singing group, they were there. Tashina Arnold, that's when I met Tashina Arnold from Martin the very first time. I don't even know if you remember these people that was there.
I'm trying to remember.
And she had like a scarf, a head scarf line that she was promoting. Okay. So we go way back.
Yeah. Okay.
Way back. So if you can, just what's going on? It's been some years, probably 20 plus years since I've met you. Then you was like real strong into platform stylist, educating, the hair show. But you've evolved since then into so much. So can you just tell people a little bit about you as a stylist?
Right.
And then a little bit about you now as a mogul, as a serial entrepreneur.
Well, one thing about it, and what I tell people all the time, people will tell you what to do next. And it's not so much as, Kendall, you ought to be. No. What happened when I first moved to Dallas, like, I'm from East Texas, small country town, right? Small country town. But we was, even then I was very ambitious and seen so much more and wanted to move outside of that. So I always went to the hair shows. Like, I'm second generation hairstylist. I've been in the business now for over 25 years, right? Second generation hairstylist. My mama is in her 60s and still going hard in the paint.
Wow.
And like I told her, no disrespect, but I don't plan on that. I don't plan on that being my story and my journey. Still behind the chair, right?
Me either.
Clock that. I mean, I'm just saying. So what happened when I moved, and marriage had me move, right? Because my husband moved here, and then I moved, and it just kind of went from there. Like, I already told them. I even told the girls in the salon when I moved here. I said, I didn't come here to make friends. I came here to make money. Because it was one of those situations, like, the side eye and things like that. I'm just gonna be straight up. If it happens like that, it happens. But just from who I was, and going out and making sure I knew the names in the city,
Mm-hmm.
the top stylists in the city. And I was like, I'm gonna meet them. I don't have to go and just be like, oh my God, I want to meet you. I'm like, it's gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
Not by
Organically.
exactly, not by osmosis, but organically, right? So that happened. So I started meeting the who's who in the city. Freddie, Ryan Johnson, those people. And I was like, I just love their vibe. It was a whole vibe with them, right? So I was like, I got to be, stay connected, So I did. Every time they had something, I was there. I supported it, right? So more and more they start seeing me out and supporting. And then what happened? Freddie J's nephew, actually Eddie, he started having cut parties and things like that. So I was a part of those cut parties, and people was like, dang, this girl cut for real hair. Because I didn't do weave and stuff like that at the time. So I wasn't finna showcase it. So what I did is cut natural hair on stage all the time. Like when everybody else shaking them, booty shaking and cutting, I'm like, no, I'm going to show you guys technique. And that's what I did. And so people start asking me, do I teach hair cutting classes? And I was like, no, I don't. I just love cutting hair. And that became a thing. They kept on asking me the next time, do you teach hair cutting? I was like, no, but hell, maybe I should.
Right.
So my thing at that point, let me double down and really get into learning how to teach hair cutting. Because the thing was just doing it, we just do it. But it's more to cutting than meets the eye. And that's what I actually named one of my classes that a hands-on class. There was more to cutting than meets the eye. Because people can see a haircut, and we know this, and think that they can do it, but they don't know what's internally inside, right? So once that happened, that just kind of took off.
Opened up a whole nother world of opportunities.
Yes. But I always tell people it starts with you supporting the people you want to be like. And not just trying to take something from them. You support them. You pay to take their classes. Because I paid to take one of Freddie J classes, and when she came around and she moved at her and she gave me a high five, I said, oh hell, it's on now. I don't care what nobody else say. Right. I'm like,
wow.
Because I'm not finna sit here and grade my own paper. But she came through and said, oh, you did that.
I love it.
And I was like, okay. So it just went from there.
Wow.
And then the hair show happened. I was actually a part of a hair show first. Competed, me and Texas T, and we didn't even place. Like Lisa, I don't know if y'all know Lisa J, but Lisa J from San Antonio came and
killed it. Killed it.
With a T. Shit. When I tell you, me and Tony was looking like shit. We had fun though. Like we just didn't even think what all went into it. We just did it.
Wow.
And it was just, after that, it was amazing. Vince came to me. He was like, you want to do this? I was like, do what?
Right.
He was like, do a show. I was like, okay.
And so you had a show in Marshall.
Girl,
I entered that show.
Yes, you did.
Do you remember that?
Yes.
Do you remember that? Man, I showed up my little church outfit on. At least I still got I'm going to go home and find them pictures. I'm going to post a picture. Man, I showed up my little church. I wasn't a competition stylist then, but just watching y'all, and then I kind of got my feet wet a little bit with entering your show in Marshall. And God doggone it, I placed.
What happened? I placed
third. And not the group competition, but it was individual cutting.
Yeah.
I placed third, and I said, I'm on to something. It's on to popping.
Litify.
So how did you go from, hosting your own hair show in Marshall to this big Texas International? How did that happen?
Well, what happened when we was doing the show in Marshall, like some of the big time people was like, what's in Marshall? What am I learning from Marshall? I'm like, do you not understand that we bringing people from everywhere, right? But when we did it in Marshall, I don't think people really appreciate it. And Vince cussed a lot, so I ain't gonna say what he said. But he was like, man, damn, that. He said the other word. He was like, we gonna just be in Dallas. We're just gonna do it where we live, right? And I was like, okay, we tried to do it down there. I think maybe twice. I think maybe just once. But then it was like, we're gonna jump high, Judy.
Wow.
We came to the Dallas convention. When I tell you, I got tongue-tied just then because there was massive.
I know it.
It was massive. When we even looked in the room and the square footage, we was like, oh, this is what we're doing. He said, yeah, we doing this. And we.
So to put on a show of that magnitude,
baby.
2 people, what I feel like is missing today when it comes to marketing, branding, and I'm even learning something now just saying this. I got chills when I said that.
Right.
When it comes to marketing and branding, how y'all hit the ground.
Man.
I'm gonna even say you probably could use that today because we don't really, we done got spoiled with social media. Seriously, we don't want to get out and, first of all, we don't want to get out and touch people. We don't want to get out and talk to people. We just want to use social media and, put our little video up and then we chilling. No.
That's the disconnect.
How in the world or what energy did y'all pull from to go from city to city, flyers, just marketing? Like
if we, before we left, it didn't even matter what show it was. We was gonna get 5,000 to 10,000 flyers, and we was gonna make sure our loan was handed out, like between us, because that's before we really had a team. We was doing it ourselves. But when it caught on, people was like, "Man, I want to go. I want to help." Right. But before then, being personable and having conversation with show producers, the competitors, the participants, the vendors, and things like that, that's what made that show what it made it. The person being personable. And we some country folks. So we down to earth, we cool, we talking crazy, we laughing, right? And people love that. And that's who we were. It's not like we just adapt. Let's do this. Let's use this personality. It was who we were. And people was like, oh, they real. We're gonna rock with them.
Wow.
Right? And it took us going city to city.
Show
to show.
So how did you do that being a stylist, still working behind the chair, like your coins? Like, listen here, I already know, like, I gotta be, if I don't make it happen behind that chair. So where did you, financially, did you take a loss or how did you balance behind the chair and then like, I gotta be gone from city to city, state to state to market this show?
Because what ended up happening, and then even with that, your clients will do what you tell them to do. When you have a site and you like, this is the way we do it. This is protocol. If you don't see anything, it's not available, right? And then we'll call them and say, okay, I'm not working on Saturday. You can come on Friday. So you move those Saturday people to your Friday or Thursday or whatever, and you have that day off because you want to be in those streets when the salon is the busiest, right? So I took off on Saturdays and did that. I made up my money because they came on other days.
Wow.
Right.
So you still, listen, somebody, some birdie whispered a little thing in he don't even know it, changed my whole life. 2 weeks ago, he said, you got to out-earn the problem. Changed my whole life. Even to this day, because, I got one foot in. I'm slowly, I'm on my way out about this thing.
Like they say, the other one on a banana piece. To get up out of this piece.
So, and even thinking about like how innovative you were back then, you were young. You still young. Yeah. You were young, very young.
Yes.
And I remember y'all inspired me so much. I'm still in Hope, Arkansas, doing my little thing in my little town,
But doing your thing.
And I said, this little town too little for me. I got to go.
That's what happens. You just almost like busting out of the seams.
I got to go. So I said, I'm going to Dallas. I know Cratina, I'm finna move.
Right,
I'm going to Dallas. Came out here, worked at Girl Talk. Right there in Mesquite. I was like, okay, I'm gonna go out there. I'm stay with my aunt, sleep on her couch a couple days a week. And I'm go back home. And I wasn't ready. Mentally, And I remember you telling me, because I was inspiring to be a short hairstylist then, but I was one of them type of stylists. I'm a jack of all trades. You know, I can do weave, I can do sew-in, I can do quick weave, I can do cut, color, whatever I want to do. I wasn't missing no coins
at all.
And you said something. I often tell you how it changed my life. But when the student is ready, the teacher will appear, but I wasn't ready then.
Yeah.
So I didn't get it. And you said, baby, listen, you trying to do everything. You either gonna be a jack of all trades and master nothing, or you niche down and master cutting. Yeah. It'll change your whole life. And I was like, I don't know what she talking about, baby, because I'm good at everything. And I stayed. Yes. I might have stayed with all of 2 weeks. I couldn't hang. I couldn't hang.
Yeah.
I went back home. And I kid you not, those words stuck with me. Fast forward, 8 to 10 years later, I left. I had moved to Texarkana, but that's neither here or there. But after I went to Texarkana, grew out of that city quick. I said, okay, I gotta go. I don't know where I was going, but I started asking God about purpose. And that's when he said, it's time for you to go. Like, what you're trying to do, it's not gonna happen in a small town. And I moved to Florida, and I niched down, and your voice said, you either gonna be a jack of all trades and master nothing, or you master something. So I moved there, and I perfected short hair.
Perfected the hell out of it.
And my brand went from local to global in 8 months in a city where nobody knew who I was. And every time now I get on a platform, or every time I'm speaking to an audience, I bring you up, because that literally changed my life, to niche down, specialize in something. And when people look for that, they're going to come looking for you.
Exactly. And that's why I tell people, like even with my husband, he has general knowledge. Like, he know a little about a lot, right? And I told him, with me, I have specialized knowledge in the industry, you know, and when you niche down, a lot of times that's what happens. People it's just like a funnel almost. People come to you, right? And then even with that, with giving advice, I'm always led, right? Because you know when it's not. When it's not, it'd be all hell breaking loose, right? But if you know, just anybody couldn't have told you that. It had to have been somebody that you halfway respect, you know, to be like, okay, man, that hit me a little bit, but let me think about that, right? So,
because you was killing it back then. Listen. I was looking at your car. I'm like, this girl, I forgot, you was driving something white. Might have been a Maserati. I don't remember. You ever had a Maserati?
No.
What? It was a white car.
What was it? That was an Infinity, I believe.
Girl, anyway, I thought it was a Maserati or something. I don't know. Anyway, it was grand to me.
Yeah.
And you salon, huge. How many chairs?
15.
15 chair salon. Killing the short hair game, traveling, CEO. Like, the list just keeps going on. And here I am, little old me. I'm just like, wow, I want to do that one day. And I just had enough of about this much of belief in myself that I could.
Come on. Indeed.
And it's so crazy, because I'm still, if you'd have told me this time last year that I would be in Dallas, it's so crazy now, because everybody who's been a guest thus far has poured into me 10, 15, 20 years ago. And I came back to Dallas. Well, not even back to Dallas, because I never lived here.
Right. Yeah. Right.
But it's almost a full circle of all these amazing people in Dallas. So what would you say? Because Dallas is, to me, a land of limitless opportunities.
Yeah, most definitely.
But since I've been here, I've heard so many stylists say, well, since COVID, I'm looking for a job. It's just not the same. It's not popping anymore. Like, but when I see Dallas, I see limitless opportunities.
Yeah.
And in a very short period of time, I've touched physically so many multi-million. Like, what would you say is happening in this? Because even the Texas International Hair Show, like, why didn't that blow through the seams? What is it about Dallas?
It's crazy. I had I don't know if you remember Samante, if y'all remember Samante. Samante said, where do you go that you gain inspiration, right? I said, here, Dallas. Like I can drive through downtown and see our skyline and be like, this right here is it, right? Because and it's funny you said that. A lot of people have been saying that like after COVID. I'm like, what happened to your
COVID was 5
business?
years ago. Why are we still talking about COVID?
COVID was amazing. Thank God for COVID. I'm just the craziest thing. Like, thank God for COVID.
Yeah. And see, what most people don't know, here we are again. You know, every about 2 to 4 years, a major world event happens.
Yeah, and it's
here we go again.
And I'm gonna tell you what happened. I just spoke to this in my lunch and learn session. Tragedies come to introduce you to your other self. That's not why they come. They come to kill, steal, and destroy. But they introduce you to your other self. Just think about when Katrina happened. When Katrina happened, a lot of those people never thought that they'll move out of New Orleans. But that happened, it pushed them out of their comfort zone. So they had to come and do something else, right? So things like that happen, you know, like even with COVID. COVID happened and COVID birthed some millionaires when it comes to the influence, social media. It birthed some people that they never thought they would be doing what they're doing. But it was amazing. So I don't get it. I think it's more a mindset thing than COVID happened and did this to my business.
But you talking about some very talented some of the hairstylists I look up to, I'm like, bro, what is it?
And I tell people, I said, I'm in another business, not because my business was failing, because I was looking for a more passive way to earn income.
Absolutely.
Residual income, you know, to be able to remove myself out of my business. So, I mean, because if you work in your business, that's not entrepreneurship. You just got a paid job.
Exactly. And you did it to pursue more purpose.
Exactly.
Because let me just let you know, I talk to a lot of people about purpose, and a lot of people don't know what it is. And doing hair or exchanging time for money and money for time, that's not purpose. Purpose is always others focused. Yeah. Purpose is something that if nobody paid you, you still gonna do it. And so when you talk about paying me, I ain't getting behind that chair unless I'm getting paid. So I knew that was not my purpose. It was a gift that God gave me, but that's just what I do. That ain't who I am.
Exactly.
And so I need more time. You need more time to do what it is that you love doing.
Right.
And it's not gonna be behind the chair.
No, because it's funny because my client this morning, she said, you just don't mind speaking in front of people, do you? I said, no, I used to have a problem with that. But Vince did me so bad in Arkansas one day. All the way down there, we talking about who gonna talk first. And I said, you know I don't like talking in front of people, so you started off, right? That boy got on that stage and handed me the mic. I didn't know where we were. Tam was down there. I said, babe, I was quick on my feet though. I said, wait a minute. I didn't know where the hell we were. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was like, where are we? Hold on. Tam, where are we? She said, we in Arkansas. I said, because I thought they get crunk in Arkansas. Y'all ain't crunk enough. Baby, I had to think of something real quick because I didn't know where the hell I was and what I was getting ready to say.
Wow.
I was like, are you wrong for that? I must have punched them so hard afterwards. But it did something to me. After that, my husband used to always say, just open your mouth and speak. So when I did that, it was like, it's on and popping. Now I can speak in front of thousands of people. It don't bother me.
Exactly.
You know, be on TV and things like that. It doesn't bother me because I'm like, open your mouth and speak. But baby.
So I think at this point, like, okay, so what's next? Of course, you got the salon. You still behind the chair a couple of days a week?
A couple of days, yeah.
2 days?
I do, what do I do? I think 3 days. Half a day. 2 and something like that. Yeah. But,
and I know that's so scary. I know my clients, when I start talking about retirement, they're like,
no. They be like, la. Now listen,
bro. Like,
you gotta
so
listen.
what would you say was next? Because I heard you say something that's so important. And I saw a lot of hairstylists get to 60, 70.
Yeah. And be like, girl, I just love doing hair. No, you don't.
Have to do it.
You gotta do it.
Haven't bought a home. Haven't prepared. What is the next phase for Cratina? Like, where is she now? What is her focus from here on out?
Yeah. So a couple of years ago, I had to create this plan, right? So a couple of years ago, I said, hey, I need something. Once I seen that, I've been out of school 20 years, that happened so fast. And when my mama was turning in her 60s and I'm in my 40s, I was like, oh, that's gonna come fast. If that 20 years came, that other 20 years gonna come fast. So I had to think of something, what can I do that I can still serve, because that's important to me. I can still serve and get to the bag. Still serve and get to the bag. What is that? Because I'm doing consulting as well in the beauty industry. So that's when the insurance and investments came into play, right? And once I started doing that, and the money I can make in 1 hour compared, it just made sense. And still at the same time helping people.
Wow.
Hallelujah, praise them. So, and then being able to find freedom, having a team and things like that, making money in your sleep, like all that made sense to me. So that was my next, like doing that and still being able to speak, bringing what we brought to the beauty industry to that financial industry, and we merging that together. So we doing some major things coming up, like networking wise.
Got it.
That's going to be, fun, but at the same time, knowledgeable and educational.
Got it. So wow.
I'm excited about it.
I'm excited too. I'm excited to watch, be a part, whatever I can do. Honey. So how can people find you on social media? How can they maybe consult with you about financial literacy, insurance? Because we all know, like, so many people in our culture get to that last day, and they're not ready. So how can they find you or either consult with you?
Well, actually on social media, everything Cratina Webb, right? And then my business for my consulting is C5E Business Solutions. So they can find me on social media with that as well. C5E Business Solutions. And Cratina Webb. Everything Cratina Webb.
I love it. Yes. Across the board consistency. Yes. I love that. Yeah. So thank you again for carving out time for your busy schedule.
But it's for you though.
Just to be here.
Girl.
So I'm excited. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
All right, y'all. So we have just wrapped up another amazing, powerful, pretty powerful podcast. Thank y'all so much for watching. We'll see y'all next time.